Hi everybody, it's Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Designs and welcome back. Today I'm going to be working on my Margarete Miller collage page. And let's see here. I want to get it done because it is for this coming week. It's for the end of the week, February 5th. And I really don't have anything written in here yet. I do have quite a few things to write in so I can get my week going. So this week's prompts, they're kind of fun. Something maroon, a repeating pattern found in nature, an eating or cooking utensil, such as a spoon, something hung on a wall, a doodle, and typewriter text. So I think I have the typewriter text as well. So I had to think about this. And, but what I don't have to think about is welcoming you all back. I have gotten a good viewing on this collage project, so I'm going to continue with it. I think it's fun. I like to have you see how my brain works compared to other women and what they do. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. I really enjoy the comments and I love responding back to you. So it's been fun for me. So thanks to everyone. So, again, when I was cleaning out my drawers the other day, I found this little doodle that my dad had made, and he was a great one to, because he was an artist, and he was a great one to sit at night. He'd draw on anything. He'd draw on the newspaper. He would draw on the back of the TV guide, if anybody remembers the TV guides. He would draw inside of a magazine. As long as he had a piece of paper in front of him, he didn't care what was on it. He would just start to doodle and draw. So this is on a little piece of vellum. I'm not quite sure where he got this. Could be an old piece of typewriter paper as far as I'm concerned, because we really never had vellum in the house. So he had this little man here that he doodled. So I found that when I was going through my items. So I said, I'm going to use that. So that's my little doodle. My maroon is this here. It's a maroon tag that I found in my drawer, Remember the Moment. So we're going to use that. Then so we have maroon, the repeating pattern in nature. I found this really cool image of a spider web in my book, but it was a very tiny, small image. And what I did was I scanned it. So this was the actual size of the image, and I can use this in my gardening book. But I found this spider web, and I thought, that is a really cool repeating pattern, because spider webs are just a repeating pattern. So I found the spider web, and I just scanned it, and I enlarged it, and I really didn't care how it came out. I just thought it came out really cool because it looks muted, and it's kind of... to me, it looks kind of like a collage, so I thought that would be really cool to use. And then an eating utensil, or such as a spoon, and I thought, well, and then I also had the, something that hangs on a wall. The first thing I thought of was a mirror. I'm like, I'm not going to do a mirror because that is just too obvious. Then I thought, well, you hang a flag, you hang a photo, you hang pictures, you hang artwork. I'm like, no. Was something different. So I got out my old Sears and Roebuck catalog. I think it's from the 1960s. And I went and I looked to see if they sold utensils. And this is the only thing that I found, and I had a chuckle because I thought, okay, well, that's where my mom bought our kitchen utensils. This is the set, very similar to what my mom had, and I'm sure what your mom or grandparents had. You had your slotted spoon. This was your meat fork. You had your spatula for burgers. You had this spatula here. I would assume maybe for frosting a cake. That's what my mom used hers for. Your ladle, and then your potato masher. And then this must have been a knife. This might have been a knife. I don't know. We never had that. And my mom had hers hanging on the wall in the kitchen. So I said, this is just perfect. So I cut this out, and I had to be very careful because it's very, very thin paper, and it can tear easily. So I cut that out, and then, so that is my utensils and something that hung on a wall. And then my bonus was typewriter text. And this is an old piece of, it was a label on a piece of manila envelope that was sent to my dad from Vincent Fox, who was in World War II with my dad. And Foxy, he was known as Foxy, lived in Florida. And my dad stayed very close with all of his mates that he flew with in World War II, in his B-17. So this is from Foxy, and it was typed out to my dad. So I took this label off, and it wasn't too hard because it's very old. You can see where it's yellowed. So I'm going to create a page using all of these items here. And because I like to put a pocket on my page, I took this piece of blue, and I'm going to make a collage on here. And then I will adhere it onto the paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I do know I want this. I've reprinted this out as a 5x7. And it works out perfectly for that. So I'm going to put that down on my paper to start. Let's move this here. And I'm going to use my tape runner for this instead of glue. But now I'm to the point where when I do a collage, I really like to see what everybody else does and how, you know, like how many people will use a mirror and how many people will maybe use trees in a garden or in a forest. I mean, that's a repeating pattern in nature. You know, your trees or whatever, or rows of tulips. So I'm anxious to see if somebody else will use a spider web, because that is that's a really good one to use. All right, so we have that down. So that is our repeating pattern found in nature. And then I will be putting that there like that. I think I'm going to make a little cut, a little divot. I don't like to say cut, I guess a divot or a whatever. I'm going to just make a little notch for my pocket here. And I think I'll put it this way, then I can center a little bit better. And I am going to distress this a little bit. And I'm not sure how I'm going to make the collage. I also thought about putting the doodle, cutting the doodle out and putting the doodle up here around the spider web. So I think I may do that. I'm going to cut that because I don't think I want it on, I don't think I want it down here, but I better check first, right? I don't want to. I thought about putting this like this and then adding some ribbon again, because I do like having the ribbons coming out of this. It just kind of makes it kind of into like a little junk journal too. And then if I have, like I said, I really don't know yet how I want to do this. This I know, I do know I want this on here because that will be hanging on there. I think. Unless I use this as a tag. This is where I really have to think how I want, what do I want to do with all of this? This is where I really have to figure out, because I really haven't thought of how I want this on here. I could also put the doodle on this and actually use this tag as well. I could cut him out. He might be kind of cool on there. But he might be kind of cool up there too. With I think I'm going to put him up there. I'm going to cut him out. I'm going to cut him out enough too where, because I wanted to see that this actually was a drawing or a doodle on a, and I'm considering this a doodle because it's not finished. It's just a doodle. It's just a doodle, just something that was doodled on a little piece of paper. Now I could take the head off as well and just have that bust up there. I still kind of like it on this tag. Then I could add, I think I'm going to put it on the tag, and then I could just add the ribbon. I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to, I will cut that head off because I want to have that on there, remember the moment. So let's get this on here. And then I'll just put whatever I need. If I need more on there, I will. So this I kind of want around here. I want to come around that hole. Okay, turn that over like that. Of there. Okay, and then we're going to cut him down a little bit. We'll give him a little lobotomy. Okay, and then I can add some things. So that'll be our tag. That'll be fun. That'll be our tag. And then I just have to, maybe I will add some washi tape to this. I need to really add a little bit more zip and little zing to this here. Maybe what I could do, because my dad had his little office, I could add, I have these old Dennison gummed labels from him. And I have some stars. I have a larger gummed label, let's see. Look at how old these are. They're just all rolled up. These are just all rolled up. I think I have an even bigger one. Look at that. Look like cigarettes, don't they? Boy, these are old. These are old. Let's see if I can get this, because I could just put that on there, but these are really, I have no idea how old these are. I just know they are old. These probably go back to the 70s. All right. Okay, so let's see if we can re-roll this without tearing it, ripping and tearing. So I just want to work with it carefully. And I don't mind if it's a little crinkled. That will not bother me. I just want to get it so it's straighten it out just a little bit. There we go. Now let's see if this will, okay, that'll fit on there well, and then I can just take a little snippet just to add a little bit to this here. And then we'll have this. I might bring this up here. I can put this down here like this, and then I can add a couple little things there. So let's do that. So I'm going to, I think on this, I'm going to use my Yoo-Hoo. I think this will be a little bit better for it to stick down. So let's try that. Let's give this a good dousing. Let's try this. All right. I'm going to have just a little bit of that blue show on the bottom. My hands are gluey, sticky, so I'm going to use my paddle here. Get that down. Get it smoothed out. And I think because this is kind of gluey, I'm just going to take some of that glue off so I can stick or make a little, I can clip that. I'll let that dry and then I'll clip that out after. But I should clip it out now. So let's see here what I can just going to take maybe a little bit more just so I don't get glue on my punch. All right, so we got that, and that's good. And then we're going to stick that there from Old Foxy. And this here is something that you hang. And let's see. I'll add a little bit of washi tape. Let's see what I have for washi tape, just to, again, just add a little something to it. I have this here, which is kind of vintagey looking. I want it to, I know red and maroon really don't mix, but maybe I can, I have that there. Do I use that? This challenge here is a little bit, it's a little bit of a challenge for me. Because I do like to have, maybe I can bring some red onto this to blend down with that Denison label. Let's see here. This is kind of thick, but this has the reds and some muted. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to get this down first from Foxy. And we just have to play with it, right? I never know how these are going to, how they're going to come out. Bring that right up there like that. I never know how they're going to turn out. And this here, this looks like it could work. This looks kind of fun, doesn't it? I'm going to add that for a little pizzazz. And then let me see here. Let's add that there like that. I want to add that a little bit higher. Let's lift that up a little bit. Let's add that right there. Yeah, I like that. We'll put that there. Either somebody's running a chainsaw outside or I hear snowmobiles tooling around the countryside. I can't tell which it is because they both sound alike. Okay, so there's my utensils. And then I think maybe on here I'm going to add just a little bit on here. And I'm going to fold that over. That's okay, because that's just my doing. But I think before I do that, I'm going to rip this a little bit, just to give it a uneven edge a little bit here. There we go. So it's just not so uniform. There. And I'm going to take just another little piece, if I can get it off my finger. And I'm going to add that right there. I'll add that on that tag. So that's good. All right. So I have a nice little tag. I'll put a little ribbon on that. So let's get the pocket. Let's bring this back over. Let's get the pocket on. And I think I'm going to use my, I'll use glue. I find when I use my tape runner on pockets, whatever I put in the pocket has a tendency to stick to the tape, and that's not good. Okay, so we're going to get this on here like that. And I had planned on doing something totally different, but I like this much better. I think this is fun. And let me get some fun little fiber that I can add to that. And actually, this is from my neighbor, my weaver girlfriend. So this has maroon and purples in it. So I think I would like to use this. Here we go. Just to add this here. That's kind of funky, isn't it? So maybe I can, this is obviously coming unraveled, but I can put it like this. And let me find here. There, so that's fun. That's a fun little tag. So I can put my, let's clear the playing field here. Get it all cleaned up so we can have a look at this masterpiece. All right. So there is my tag. I don't need to put anything at the top here because I want the focus to be down below here. So, all right. So the first thing was something maroon, which I grabbed this tag. A repeating pattern found in nature, which is the spider web. An eating or cooking utensil. Here's my set of utensils. Something hung on a wall, which you actually hang that on a wall. A doodle, which is my dad's doodle of the torso here. And then the bonus is the typewriter text. So there you have it, everybody. I think it came out fun. I think it's perfect. I have my pocket for all my weekly notes. And cut these annoying strings from the last presentation. And I think it's just a fun page. I think I hit the mark on it, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge. All right, everybody, if you'd like this, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will see you in my next video. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.